Hey, what's up? Good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and now we're going to be covering Golf Impact Dubai Championship. This is going to be the back 9 holes. And yes, the wind angles do change on every single hole. So I put together, a compilation of shots to help you just kind of get a first look at what the wind angles are, what my strategy was, and hopefully you can tailor it to your clubs and the balls that you have at your disposal and really put together a really nice back 9. Right now, my two accounts got bracketed against each other, but we're sitting at a -30 and a -28. Now, I do have one other account out there, my Impact DP account, that is also sitting in second place as well. So I could go first, second, which would be very exciting. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're not already a subscriber, subscribing to YouTube channels is free. If you like my content, please take just a half a second there and hit the thumbs up button and like the video. Let's go. Hole number 1. Hole number 1, we're going to go aggressive here. We are getting a flicker of tailwind, so the wind is in our favor, just slightly. The only thing that we don't like about the wind is it's blowing from right to left, so it's blowing the opposite way of where the green is. But that's okay. We're going to fix that with some curl. Now, we are using a premium ball here. And the reason that we're using a premium ball is because we want to go out here and give us our best way to win the tournament. Now, if you're used to playing Golf Clash and you're like, oh, wow, look at this. This is a premium ball. This is a money ball. It's not. This game is different. Yes, you can buy these balls with real money, but you can also buy them with gems or diamonds, which is really cool. So every day there's a new deal in the shop. It refreshes every 24 hours. And sometimes these premium balls come in there. You can get 10 of them for 140 diamonds, which is really cool. Here, this is a very simple shot. I'm just kind of talking through some different aspects of the game. You can buy gems and diamonds with money, or you can be like me. You can get 50 of them for free every day by watching ads. And no, it's not like I sit here and watch the ads, but while I'm driving, I do let them play while my phone is sitting, in my console, and that's a good way to get 50 gems. So that's it. That's hole number 1. Hole number 1 is very simple. This is going to take us into another shot of hole number 1. Again, aggressive option. We are definitely using the Fiji ball because the Fiji ball is minus 10% wind resistance. We don't want wind resistance. We don't want to go with a -30, -40 wind resistance ball because we want as much of this wind as possible. Take note of the overpower here and the curl. Perfect ball. Again, we're just looking to hop over here and get ourselves an easy chip range to pick up that eagle, which we do. Eagle, eagle, eagle. Perfect ball. Let's go to hole number 2. Hole number 2 is going to be played with a feather ball. So here we don't need anything special. We're getting tailwind again. And all we're going to do is go with a max left side spin approach. Should have gone left side spin. I don't know why I have the right spin on here. That doesn't really make any sense. We do want to change this, everybody, to left side spin. What happened here? So let's see what happened. Backspin. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Like the game glitch. I got my backspin, right? And I've got my left side spin. And then look what happens. In a nanosecond, everything flips. I'm going to let this play in real time. Watch. Look at that. What in the world? Left side spin, back spin. That's how I wanted it. But then look what happened here. It goes to full top, and it goes to right side spin. Now looking at my ball guideline, I clearly catch. Wait a minute. Why is my ball guideline so high up? So I go down there and I apply the back spin, but I did not catch the right side spin. Hey, that is very odd, and that's a weird little glitch there. But regardless, we're going to pull this about 3/4 of left curl. Well, what do you know? What do you know? Okay. Very interesting. Well, How strange. I'm almost speechless for that. We do get the hole-in-one, though, so you're going to want to mimic the spins as well as you can. Keep the right side spin, keep the back spin, keep the curl. And look at that hole-in-one on number 2. All right, let's go to hole number 3. This is obviously mislabeled. This is clearly hole number 3. We are going to be using the Spice ball here. Perfect ball. We're just trying to get up the fairway. Keep in mind, hole number 3 does play very aggressively from left to right. So you do want to be in the middle of the fairway like this. You don't want to play it too close to the right-hand side because you could easily roll into the rough. Shot number 2, we play with our wood club, and we do go with 2 bars of left side spin. I do go with max backspin. And here, I'm just trying to kind of aim a little bit right of the pin. Sometimes there's like a little slope here, as you'll see. That will go from right to left to push us back towards the pin. But we hit a perfect ball, and really this one just played more true. Didn't really catch the spin to get towards the hole. But either way, very easy eagle on hole number 3. Hole number 4, we got a couple different replays here. We are going to go bombs away. We are going to go with that New York ball because the New York ball does give us that minus 40% wind resistance. I really only use these types of balls in the final round. That's really the only time for me that it makes sense to use a premium ball. Even though you can get them with gyms, I feel like we should really stockpile these, especially as we move up to harder tournaments in the game when we go into professional division and whatever is beyond that. But here, this is a really nice drive. We get ourselves in chip range to put together an eagle on a par 4. I go max backspin every time. Now, the thing here is, keep in mind that you should have saw here, I don't know if I put it on this graphic or not, but I do on the next one. This shot is played minus 10% elevation. So notice 4.1 rings. In your head, you know that this game tells you to move 1 ring for every 2 miles an hour. So simple math, 4 mile per hour wind should be 2 ring pull. But we're not going to do that. We're going to pull less than that. See here? I'm pulling this one about what, 1.7, 1.8, something like that. We're playing this one uphill. That's just how this hole plays. I don't know why, but as you can see here, dead center for an eagle. This graphic, I do put here, shot 2 minus 10%. Same type of shot, same ball, full top. Full top, full left. Lots of overpower. Perfect ball. This thing speeds up very nicely. This one we get further distance on, leaving us for only 23 yards for the second shot. I mean, this is great. We're going to go full backspin, no side spin, 3.6 miles an hour. Technically, that would be, you know, almost 2 rings. But look, we're going to play this more 1.4-ish. Not even close to 2 rings. Very, very important that, you know, you figure out how these greens roll. And I still almost missed that shot. We got it to the right-hand side of the cup. So hole number 4, definitely minus 10% on that shot. Hole number 5, to me, is a very difficult par 3. I'm using a feather ball here. I'm using enough backspin. So here you can see I went with max backspin, max left. It is important to note that we do keep the ball guide line on the green like this. You kind of notice my first bounce is on the fringe. Second bounce is in that dark green square. Now, we're obviously aiming significantly right of the pin, so we got to use curl to get us back towards the pin. Notice the arrows of curl that I'm using. So whenever you're looking at a streamer like myself, here's how I'm going to reference shots. First of all, notice that here, let's take a look at where the circle is, okay, the adjustment window. Notice how there's arrows. So notice how my horizontal lines of arrows is dead center. That means I'm not using any overpower. Now, if we take a look from the center of the circle and we go to the left a little bit, you see another dot. After that dot becomes arrows that point to the left-hand side, I'm using 1, 2, 3 arrows of curl. Now, I hope that makes sense. I'm going to leave it here for a second. There's a dot, and then 1, 2, 3 arrows. I'm covering up the third arrow with the right side of my ball. That is how we're going to be dialing in on shots. You can see here, we come up a little bit short. which means we could have gone with a little bit less backspin, and we could have maybe got in that hole in one. That is a difficult par 3, again, in my opinion. Hole 6, we are getting a little bit of headwind, so therefore we're going to use the Spice-A-Ball. Spice-A-Ball is great for headwind because it gives us minus 30% wind resistance, which is really going to knock down a lot of that wind, and we get a nice power combination as well. Remember, on this hole, we got to stay away from the sand trap, so we're going to use curl. Look at that. We're going to curl until the right side of our ball is touching the left side of the circle window. And if you notice our overpower, look at where the arrows are of overpower. We're just beneath the center dot in the middle of the circle adjustment window. So we're going to call that like one row of overpower. Perfect ball. And you can see here, we could push it even further if we wanted to, but we don't really need to because shot number 2 is short. We don't have to get a ton on the drive to make this shot easy to eagle. All right, so that's it there for hole number 6. Hole number 7 is, again, second shot is going to be played minus 10%. We're using the Spice-A-Ball again, just because we like that wind resistance. Here, we're going to go a full right side spin. You can see here I go with quite a bit of top spin, but definitely not max because you can easily roll into the rough on this hole. This is one of those holes where the fairway plays a little bit fast. Take a note of the overpower and the curl. Perfect ball. And this thing does roll into the rough. Now, this is no big deal because in this game, it's not difficult to hit perfect out of the rough, which is very different. Notice here I'm showing you the minus 10% elevation. We're going to pull this 1.3 rings. Normally in 2.9 mile per hour, we would pull 1.5 rings. Ball guideline going to the hole, max backspin. Perfect ball. Look at this thing. Goes into the hole for an eagle. Hole number 8, let's pause for a second because hole number 8 is very important. There is what's called a funnel on hole number 8. If you're not familiar with what a funnel is, it means there's a very good path from the green to the hole. So basically, if we just hit this one part of the green, our ball should roll into the cup for a hole-in-one or very, very close to it. Now, I'm going to show you a couple different clubs here that you can do it on, and this is just going to show you how nice this funnel is. We're going to apply top spin, all right? No side spin. We're going to apply enough top spin, depending on your club, until we can aim right here, and I'm going to show you where I'm aiming at. Notice how I changed my spin because there's a certain spot that I want to aim. Okay, I want to aim right there. You can figure out which green square you want to look at. You can look at the dark green square kind of closest to the fringe line. You can say that I'm aiming at the top left-hand corner, or you can say, okay, I'm aiming at the bottom right-hand corner of the other dark green square. But you can see where I'm aiming. 3.9 miles an hour. We are going to pull this true number. So we're going to pull this just a hair under 2 rings. Perfect ball, and then check this thing out. This is a beautiful funnel. Right into the cup for a hole-in-one. Here's another club option. So here we have the Polar Bear long iron. Again, I'm going to apply my top spin. Here with this club, it's a little bit more top spin because it's a less powerful club. But note where I'm aiming at. I'm making sure that I get around that dark green square. 5.4 miles per hour. This is much heavier wind. But again, as long as we find that spot on the green, perfect ball, the wind strength is not going to matter. As long as we adjust appropriately, there it is. You see it catch? And boom, there it is for another hole-in-one. I've got all 3 hole-in-ones on that hole. So that was a good one to pick up, and that could really help you out by watching this video. Hole number 9, all right, this is going to be the toughest par 5 because of the length of the hole, how far it is, and getting headwind. We are going to use a super rookie ball here. You don't want to go with too much overpower, though. Look at this. This is 1 bar of overpower. It's almost too much. We need to be very careful with the OP because it would be way too deadly if we roll into the rough right there. Look how close I get. Now, it's nice that I get that close because it does make shot number 2 very easy, even in headwind. I'm able to play at the top fairway here instead of the bounce over, even enough so where I'm able to go with max backside spin. So it was nice getting that distance, but again, we don't want to push it too hard and get ourselves in trouble. 3 arrows of side spin to the right. A little bit of underpower, but let's not get too silly with it because I almost clipped the rough there. And look at this thing. It almost slides into the hole for an albatross. I think that's probably as close as you can get to an albatross without making it. Hey, that's it. I hope you do well. I hope you like the video and you become a subscriber. Let me know how you do in the comments, and best of luck.